my name is Madison and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I thought we could sit down and talk about some of my favorite side hustles as a college student. I'm currently in the middle of a $100 for 100 days TikTok challenge where I'm trying to find unique and creative ways that fit into my schedule to make an extra $100 a day for 100 days. These days, I am currently averaging between $2,000 and $4,000 a month on my side hustles. It all depends on how much extra work I am willing to take on, how much of my time school is taking up, and honestly, just how things are doing. I'm looking for things that are low commitment, where I can pick my own schedule, work from just about anywhere, and I thought I would talk through what I've learned and what I found works best for me in today's video. Before we jump into today's video, if you have not already subscribed, right down below, given this video a thumbs up and commented any other video suggestions or ideas you have, I would really appreciate it. Without further ado, let's just get started. The absolute #1 way I make side hustle income right now is through overnight babysitting. Now, this isn't your traditional date night babysitting, this is overnight babysitting. There are so many perks to this. The income is great, the flexibility is great. I have so much time to do school, research, still have a social life, etc., while basically playing parent for an extended period of time. And they come to me when they want to go on a trip, go on vacation, maybe they have a work conference to go through. Then I will come and stay at their house with their kids, with their pets, with their plants for however many days. I take the kids to school, I pick them up. Most of these children are quite young, so they go to bed at 6:30, 7 o'clock, which is phenomenal for me. I still have my entire day to go to class, do research. Kids basically come straight home, maybe play outside for half an hour. I make them dinner, put them to bed, and then I'm free at 7 o'clock. Yes, I still have to be supervising in the house. I can't, go out and do things, have friends over, etc. But this is so much essentially paid time for me to do homework, rewatch lectures, get some research done, etc., while I'm simply existing in somebody else's house. The biggest cons for this are the responsibility. I am not gonna pretend like there is an insane amount of responsibility and pressure on you when you are in this position. I've had kids get sick at school, I've had to go talk to the principal's office, I've had to do etc. Like I said, I have the insurance cards in case the kids need to go to the hospital for whatever reason. There are some nights or some months when I don't do this at all. There are some months, especially in the summer, when I do this a lot more. So, #2 is Prime Opinion. Now, Prime Opinion is actually the sponsor of today's video, but I've been using Prime Opinion for quite a while, and they are absolutely my favorite survey taking app and website. You can cash out your points within minutes to PayPal, gift card, bank transfer, etc. All super easy, no hassle, and like I said, this is a source of income that you can do from just about anywhere. I can do it from my phone, from my computer, I can do it while my friend's driving, I can do it when I am overnight babysitting if I'm trying to make a little extra cash here or there. And what makes Prime Opinion so unique and so great, in my opinion, is their ease of use and transparency when it comes to the surveys that you are taking. When you go on and log in, it will give you a list of all the surveys that you are eligible for, and with each one of these surveys, it gives it an estimated completion time as well as a rating, and it tells you how many ratings it has. So from 0 to 5 stars, every other user that has taken this survey will rate it out of 5 stars at the end of their survey. It's so useful and worthwhile, in my opinion, to have ratings from other real users that can rank their experience with the surveys that you are taking. Not only that, like I mentioned, there is an estimated completion time for every single one of these surveys, which is great. If you're not in the mood to sit down and do a 10-minute survey for $5, you don't have to, and they're upfront and honest with how long it takes the average user to complete the survey. If you're interested in using Prime Opinion, I will have my code here. It is radison10, and you can use the link down below. If you use the code radison10, you get 10% bonus points for all the surveys that you complete for the first 7 days that you are enrolled in the app. So free bonus points, this is great. Who doesn't love that? These surveys are available in the US, Canada, the UK, Australia, and a handful of other regions if you're interested in checking Prime Opinion out. There are high payouts. I can do this while I'm watching a movie, while a friend is driving, etc. And there's a low energy investment. Things like babysitting or physical labor, there's a very high energy investment into it for the amount of money that you're going to be getting out. I really appreciate how there's a low energy investment in this, especially as somebody who is a busy college student. Most of the time at 9 p.m. at night, I don't want to be doing physical labor, and I enjoy being able to sit on the couch and do this from wherever. My third favorite side hustle these days has been pet sitting and walking. I primarily use Rover for this, but you can also use Wag or find clients on Facebook Marketplace or Facebook, etc. You can see it on my face. I have a little bit of hesitancy with this. It is much less stressful than things like babysitting, nannying, whatever you want to call it. That being said, the payout is significantly worse, and sometimes the time commitment is honestly just about the same. If you are not somebody that enjoys interacting with children or wants to limit your time with other people and clients, etc., pet sitting, dog walking, whatnot can be a great alternative for you. For the most part, it's fairly flexible, but the biggest hang-up I have with this is that most dogs will require attention 2, 3, 4, sometimes even 5 times a day, but depending on the client. Honestly, the time commitment of driving from my place of work where I do research up to go take a dog on a 20-minute walk and then come back 4 times a day, the pay just sometimes does not end up being worth it for me because of that extra commute time. You're not getting paid for the commute, you're getting paid for the time, at least in my experience, you're getting paid for the time that you spend with the animal. And by the time I commute back and forth 2, 3, 4 times a day, it does end up being a little bit less worth it. That being said, I have found that pet sitting, so overnight sitting, has really well fit into my schedule. You can charge a little bit extra when you are staying at somebody's house overnight, and then you can get 2 of your interactions out of the day when you take the dog on a walk in the morning and at night, so you maybe only need to come back maybe once or twice in the middle of the day. And as always, this is super flexible. It's so easy to say no to a gig. It's so easy to find new gigs. You have so much say in your schedule, and like I said, limited interaction with people is great. The cons are sometimes it's hard when clients have to come to you. I've really found it challenging to keep clients this way. People tend to trust and really want to find one person with their children more than one sitter for their pets. Like I said, it's easier to bond with the kids have a good experience with you, they communicate that to their parents, etc. With the dog or the pet, especially if it's like an antisocial cat, they just need somebody to keep the thing alive. So I found it a little bit more challenging to keep consistent clients because in my experience, children word of mouth can go such a long way when I get a good review back to the parents from the children. And my 4th biggest source of side hustle income these days has actually been plant selling. Now this is a very niche thing, but of course you can tailor this however you like. Plants are basically like free money, especially if you do it right. As long as you know how to take care of them, they will keep growing and propagating on their own. So you buy 5 and in a month you've got 20 because they multiply. And certain types of plants you can grow and reproduce just by chopping them up and placing them either in water, sphagnum moss, dirt, etc. And then you can go and turn around and sell them on Facebook Marketplace, on Etsy, to plant stores, etc. The higher quality plants you have, the more money you can get. I last summer went through and imported about a dozen plants from Thailand, fairly rare plants that I could turn around and sell for 4 times as much money in the States and in Colorado because the plant market here is wild and these plants don't grow quite as well because of our humidity levels and just our climate in general. That being said, if you know how to take care of them, you can chop them up, multiply, and my dozen plants turned into 40, and I've slowly just been selling them off and continuing to grow and multiply them. Like I said, plants multiply for free. It's a fairly low time commitment. The biggest cons are, of course, the risk in killing them. Sometimes plants just decide to die and pass, cross the rainbow bridge without explanation. Another con is there's not always a huge demand. It sort of ebbs and flows on the demand, and I personally am somebody that really prefers to sell plants in my local area as opposed to online on something like Etsy. While there is a much larger demand online, I really fear taking the risk of shipping plans, and then also just the stress and hassle of having to deal with phytosanitary certificates if I am shipping overseas. The initial investment of high quality plants is of course much more worth your dollar to buy in bulk, but that of course does come with a higher price tag. And of course, if plants are not something that you're interested in, or that you really have like a knack for, this might not be the greatest side hustle for you. But between these 4 sources of income, I've been averaging about $3,000 a month for the last year or so, just on these 4 things alone. If you're interested in learning more about these side hustles or other ones that I have experienced, please let me know. And like I mentioned, Prime Opinions links and whatnot will be down below if you're interested in checking them out. Thank you so much to Prime Opinion for sponsoring today's video, and I hope y'all enjoy using Prime Opinion just as much as I do. I hope y'all have such a great day, and I appreciate you watching. Peace out. Bye.